it's lines and angles. Okay, so in this chapter what we are learning, first we'll let you know first that what things we are going to learn in this chapter. So undoubtedly this chapter is related to geometry, and we'll learn about the different kind of angles, how are the angles forms with the help of lines, right? We'll get to know with the help of lines how are the angles formed. So we are in this chapter, we are going to talk on all these kind of matters. So let's start. First comes lines and angles. So basically you people know very well from class 6. Yes, from class 6 you people know one thing very well, that what is actually line segment, because without line segment line is of no mean, right? Without line segment and without line or without point there is no meaning of an angle, because you know very well angle is only formed by the lines or line segments or the rays and all, right? So we are here to discuss about that, and what exactly we are talking here. We are basically talking here about all those things. So let's see what exactly it is. The first point which comes in our mind is your line segment. So what is a line segment? So let me tell you what is a line segment. A line segment is a line. Okay, it's a kind of line, and what happens with it, that line segment is having a line which is having two end points. Remember, it's having two end points. Means what? This is the line and it is having two endpoints, means it cannot go beyond it. Means the line segment is limited. It cannot raise to any of the part, either to the right hand side or the left hand side. So you just take it as a line. Okay. Sometimes what happens, if you're not putting any stopper here, yes, if you don't put any stopper here, what will happen? It will increase from this side, it will increase from this side. But here what happens when we talk about a line segment, what exactly it is, we just put a stopper here. We put a stopper here, and after that it does not raise, it does not increase. So what is a line segment? A line segment is something which has two end points. Remember, it has one end point, another end point, it has two end points. So when we talk about line segment, the second feature we get to know, the first feature we got to know that it has two endpoints, right? Second feature we get to know that length is limited here. We can draw a line segment. This is the reality. We can draw a line segment because it is fixed, it is limited. Now coming to something, what happens if it has no end point? You just imagine, if it has no end point, means it can increase from both the sides. It can increase this side and this side both. Means you can find the two arrows to both the sides. What does it show? It shows that when the arrow is mentioned, it shows that the line can increase in any of the direction, either to your left or to your right, or means both the directions. It can raise towards the east side also, it can raise towards the west side also. If the line is like this and it's here, so what do we find? The line can increase toward this also, the line can increase toward this side also. So what basically we find, line is what, which has no end point, and it can increase in any of the direction. It is any of the direction, and that's why it is told the line. If somebody tells you that I am drawing a line, it's very difficult, because if you draw a line, it can increase and it can increase and increase and increase. So we must say that it increase line segment, it's very difficult to draw. So that's why it is always told, when you need to draw a line, we have to just put arrow mark to both the sides and it forms a line. So here we find line segment has two endpoints and line has no endpoint. It can move both the sides. Now coming to the next one, what exactly it has? It is something which has one endpoint and it has one arrow. So I think you know the meaning of arrow. Arrow means it moves to the particular direction. If it is having arrow towards each side, means it can increase to any level. It can go endless. It can go endless to the eastern side. If I take you another line which is having endpoint this side and having arrow this side, means it has one endpoint and it moves towards another side. Means it is having one endpoint, another side it can move through. So it can move either of the side. So what we find again, it is also having the same one starting point it has and another point, one starting point and one the end point it has. So what we got to know, line segment, two endpoints, right? Line segment, two endpoints, it is fixed. When we talk about line, no endpoints and it moves in both the directions. And when we talk about arrow, it can be this or it can be this. Any of this can be the ray. So what we find, what is a ray? It will move either of the side. Means it has only one ending point and one starting point. Remember, ray is having one ending point and one starting point. So it can move only either of the side. Either of the side means one side only it can move. So when we talk about line, we find that there is a line segment, line and point. What is the point? It is just a point. We call it a point. It is just a anything you call, this is just a point, right? So we are coming to the next part here, that if you have no problem understanding what is a line segment, line, or this ray. So if the name comes, that how can you write the name? The same arrow goes there. If I say it is PQ, if I say just it is PQ, how can we identify that it is a ray or a line segment or a line? So here I just use the word only P and Q, and then I let you know that what is a line segment. You just see here, this is a line segment. Why? Because it's not having any arrow, means it is having two endpoints. So this is called a line segment. Here PQ is a line segment. Next I'm taking PQ and here I'll just mention one arrow. Arrow to one side means what? If it is having arrow to one side means it's a ray. And next we are taking the third one. If you take PQ and you go for both the sides, it's an arrow, means it's a line drawn and it's having arrow to both the sides, it shows it's a line. So remember, whenever you are drawing a line, this one is very important. It's not important to just mention PQ. It's very important to mention exactly what it is. If it is PQ, a line segment, and you are drawing just line like this, it will be wrong. If it is a line and you are mentioning it like this, it will be completely wrong. Remember, it will be completely wrong because this you are telling it's a line segment. You are telling it's a line, and here you are drawing the symbol of the line segment. It will be completely wrong. So in that case, what to do? You have to put an arrow mark to both the sides to show that exactly it's a line. So here you can understand, this is line segment, this is line, and this is ray. So you can easily understand exactly what I'm talking about, right? Now we are done with this point, which you have already learned in class 6 also, but it was my responsibility to let you understand all that first. Now the matter comes for angles. So what the topic was, lines and angles, right? So we went through lines, right? We went through lines when we have the lines, and they are the lines of different things, like they can be they can be ray, they can be line segment, or they can be line, right? Now we are coming to the angle. So what is an angle? With the help of lines only, we can form a number of shapes. Either we can form an angle, or we can form a triangle, or any kind of shape. All the geometrical shapes we can draw with the help of the lines, right? So now we are coming to the next part here, angle. So how are the angles formed? When we talk about an angle, it is always told that two lines, when they have an intersects, okay, when two lines or two rays actually, when two rays, they intersect at a point, here you find they intersect at a point, they form an angle. They form an angle. Two rays form an angle when they intersect with each other. This is called an angle. Now matter comes, if you just to go for this example given over here, just to go for this example, we have the angle here also, we have the angle here also. In both the cases, we have the angles. Here we are having four angles, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Means 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Many more angles are there actually. But we are just going for that. So here you just see, we are talking about that if we form this kind of feature, like this kind of geometrical shape which is called a triangle, we form it. So how can we say and how can we name it? The question comes like that, how can we name it? So we are coming to the point that how can we name it? So it is very important that whenever you're writing the name of a triangle, okay, first I'm talking about the triangle. If you're writing the name of the triangle, you have to make this symbol, because this is the symbol of a triangle, and then you mention it and triangle ABC. This is triangle ABC, because if you don't mention it, it can be anything. It ABC is anything. Without symbol, it's of no use. So if you just mention it angle, it's triangle ABC. So we mention it triangle ABC. But in a different way, if I tell you how to draw and how to name the angles in this one, right? How to know the angles or how to write down the angles in this triangle. So we get to know here, one angle is this, another angle is this, another angle is this. So what we call it? We call it, first we'll take this angle only. Okay, so I'll call it angle A. Another way to write it, three ways I can write only one angle. So what exactly? If I take this angle, I will mention it angle A, because this is the symbol of angle. I will mention it angle A. Then I can mention it in a different way, angle BAC. Angle BAC. Here in this case also angle BAC, A is common. A is coming in the center. Now again we can call it as angle CAB. Any of the name you call, it will be the same angle, because A, it comes in the center. So remember that whenever you have to write down the name of any angle, you have to mention it in the center, either alone or in the center. The same applies with this also. So we'll mention it angle B, right? Angle B. Then we'll mention it angle ABC, or we can mention it angle CBA. But in all the cases, what we have, B is in common. So here goes all that. Again, now we are coming to this one, figure number 2. Okay, figure 5.3, it's question number 2 we find. So how many angles do we have? So we can find a number of angles are there. So let's write down the names of the angles. POQ, right? Angle POQ. Second angle will be 1, 2, 3. This POR. Third angle, if I just take this much, I'll take this angle. Third angle is this. Angle ROS. Again will form another angle. This is the another angle here. POS or POQ. All these are what? We are already knowing that they all are the angles here. And I think you also remember that the three kinds of angles. So how many three kinds of angles are there? Acute, right angle and obtuse angle, right? Acute angle, which is less than 90 degree. Acute angle, which is less than 90 degree, less than 90 degree. Acute angle, which is less than 90 degree. Right angle, which is equal to 90 degree, right? And obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degree. So there are three kinds of angles we know. Along with that, we are having more, but first we are going for these three. Okay, something acute, which is less than 90. Right angle, which is 90 degree. More than 90 degree is the obtuse angle, and one more angle is there, it is known as straight angle, right? Why is it called as straight angle? Because it is making the entire angle of 180 degree. So we are going for four kind of angles here: acute, right, obtuse and straight angle, right? Straight angle is exactly the straight angle which is of 180 degree. So what we find, 90 degree, below 90 degree, 90 degree, more than 90 degree, and comes the 180 degree, right? So we went through the four kind of angles now. Now comes the next, which is something new for you, because till now what you learned about was only related to your class 6. Now we are coming to something which is related to your class 7. Okay, so let's go for that. It's talking about the angle which is known as a complementary angle. Complementary angle means what? An angle which is having the sum total of 90 degree. Remember, what is a complementary angle which is having the sum total of 90-degree angle? You know, class, chapter 4 you have already gone through, right? And in chapter 4, it was just simple equation. So when we go for the sum total of two angles is known as 90 degrees. So why don't we make it in the form of equation? So we just mention it like that. X, Y means angle X, angle Y is equal to 90 degree. Angle X plus angle Y is equal to 90 degree. So angle X can be anything, angle Y can be anything, but the total sum, if the total sum is equal to 90 degree, it will be a complementary angle. Remember, two angles, you have to take two angles, and the sum total of two angles is supposed to be 90 degree. If the sum total of two angles is 90-degree, so it is known as, the pair is actually known as complementary angle. So let's go for this complementary angle and to check whether the sum of two angles is 90 degree or not. It should never be less or more. 90 means exact 90. So let's go for the first one. It's angle 30 and angle 90. When you add them up, 30 plus 90, sorry, 30 plus 60, what it makes? 30 plus 60 makes it 90. So remember, when two angles are joined, mean they are added, and we form the answer, we get the answer at 90 degree. So we can say that this is a complementary angle. Means these two are the complementary angles. Why? Because the sum total of both the angles is 90 degree. That's why it is known as a complementary angle. Now what else we get to know about this complementary angle? So we find 30 degree is the complementary angle of 60 degree, and 60 degree is the complementary angle of 30 degree. Means what? What does it mean by complementary angle? Means both of them are matched together, both of them are added together, then only they can form 90-degree angle. Right. So here, when two angles form a complementary angle, or two angles are the pair as the complementary angle, so one angle is the complementary of the another one. Remember, one angle is the complementary of the another one. So what we call 30 degree is the complementary of 60, and 60 degree is the complementary of 30 degree. Coming to the next, if you add them out, can you get the answer? No, undoubtedly we cannot get the answer, because the answer comes here 100 degree, and 100 degree we are not at all talking about. I said no less, no more, it should be exactly 90. So if it is not 90, undoubtedly it's not a complementary angles. Okay, so these two angles are not the complementary angle. Now comes the question like here, that acute angle, obtuse angle and right angle. The question comes, two acute angle forms complementary, can be complementary to each other, can it be? So the matter comes, acute angles can be complementary to each other. Yes, undoubtedly. Why? Because when we talk about acute angle, they are less than 90 degree. So if we are taking two angles which are less than 90 degree and we add them up, they can be 90 degree, right? If I take an example of the angle 10 plus 80, 5 plus 85, both of them are what? They are acute only because they are less than 90 degree. Then we can take 45 plus 45. This is again two acute angles, and they can form the right angle. Means they can form the right angle, means they can form the 90-degree angle, right? Now we'll take 30 plus 60 as it was given in the example, 25 plus 65. In all the cases what we find, two acute angles can form a 90-degree angle. Two acute angles can form a 90-degree angle. So yes, I can say yes, the first one is the correct one. Now second question, you just think, two obtuse angles be complement to each other? Remember, we are talking about the complementary angle, and a complementary angle is supposed to be 90 degree only, right? Complementary angle is supposed to be 90 degree angle. Is it ever possible that two obtuse angles means which are already more than 90 degree? Two obtuse angle means the more than 90 degree angle. How can something more than 90 degree angle, and then also there are two, they can form 90 degree? Never. whether I take 91 or we take 95, one angle is enough more than the complementary angle. So it can never form a complementary angle, because obtuse angle always more than 90 degree, right? So here, if the question comes, like, it's not the question that it will be asking for only yes or no. It will ask you to confirm, to explain how, to show how two obtuse angles cannot be complementary. How will you show? You can do any obtuse angle, and just mention the angles are already more than 90 degree. That's why they are known as obtuse angle. So in that case, if already one angle is only more than 90 degree, it cannot be a complementary angle. Now coming to third one, two right angles can form. Right angle is already 90 degree. One angle is already 90 degree. So how can it be formed? If we take two right angles, it will definitely form a supplementary angle. Means it will make 180 degree angle, not the complementary angle. Right? So I think you are able to understand this. Coming to question number next, 5.2.2. This is something else, supplementary angle. So what is exactly supplementary angle? So let's see what exactly supplementary angle. There is a slight variation between the complementary angle and the supplementary angle. So what is supplementary angle? Just the difference is the sum total is supposed to be of 180 degree. Means it should be x plus y, angle x plus angle y is equal to 180 degree. Means when two angles are added together and they make it 180 degree, it is actually called a supplementary angle. So let's see how can we find whether two angles are supplementary or not. So here you just see 60 and 120. When you add them up, you get it 180 degree. Then comes 68 and 112. Again it forms 180 degree. So what do we find? When two angles form together, added together, they can form a supplementary angle, right? So here we found they have been added, and when they have been added, they are making it 180 degree. So it is supplementary. So never get confused between supplementary and complementary angle. Complementary angle means sum total should be 90 degree, and supplementary angle is equal to sum total is supposed to be 180 degree. Sum total should be 180 degree here. Coming to the next one, that now again the same question comes. If you add two obtuse angle, be supplementary, something which is more than 90 degree. You just imagine it should be 180 degree, and when you are taking two numbers more than 90 degree, is it ever possible to make it 180 degree? Something, two angles more than 90 degree. So more than 90 degree, let me take the smallest one, 91 and 95. If you add them up, it is never a supplementary, because it is more than the supplementary angle, right? Two acute angles can form a supplementary angle. Never possible. Never possible. Why two acute? Because the angles are supposed to be less than 90 degree. If the angles are supposed to be less than 90 degree, any of the cases you add how much, whichever angle you take, but if the angle is acute angle, it can never be a supplementary angle. Remember. So what makes a supplementary angle? Two right angles? Yes, undoubtedly. We'll take one right angle here, another right angle here, and we just make it 180 degree. So the third one is only the correct answer, that yes, two right angles can form a supplementary angle. Okay, so here you need to find it out. This exercise, you need to find it out whether they are the pairs of supplementary angles or not. Whether they are the pairs. So what you need to do, add them up and find whether they are 180 or not. I said no, it's 160. Here 170, no. This one, yes, it is 180 degree. So it will be supplementary angle. And what about this? This is complementary angle, because 45 plus 45 makes it 90 degree, not 180 degree. So it will be a complementary. But the question is asking whether it is supplementary or not. We'll say no, it's never a supplementary angle. Right. So coming to the next one, how can you find out, or what will be the measure of the supplement of each one of the following angle? Supplement of each of the following angle means you have to find the supplement angle, means the pair angle which when it will be added it will make it 180. So how can we find out? Just see, one angle is x and another angle is given 100, and the sum total is supposed to be 180 degree. This is only the solution, right? Because one angle is given here, it is the total sum should be 180 degree, and you have to find out from from chapter 4 you have gone through the simple equation and you can easily solve it. How can you solve it? So let's see. Let's imagine the supplement angle is x, and here we find one angle is already given, so it is 180. So x will be 180 minus 100. So what it will be? It will actually be 80 degree. So when you take 100 and when you take 80 degree, you make it 180 degree. So we are able to find out this, right? So do you want to go ahead with this? Yes or no? Do you want to go ahead with this? The third kind of angle is adjacent angle. What does it mean by adjacent? With adjust. Just remember, adjacent is just adjusting the things. How will they adjust? It's okay, I have only one, I have only one. So let's manage. It's the same. So what is called an adjacent angle? So when there are two angles having one common. This is angle 1, this is angle 2. What is common here? How do they adjust? So they adjust in the way they are having this common line. There is one common line here and their vertex also common. This is called an adjacent angle. How did we get to know? You just see that again I'm repeating, this is an angle. These are the two angles actually. These are the two angles. They have what common here? The vertex is common. If you take angle A, if I just make it, I just give it the name like this. So what is find 1, angle 2. So when you take angle AOB, and another you take angle BOC, what is common here? We have the common OB. OB is the common one. And second, the vertex O is common. When we have two things common, means one arm, that is OB. One arm, that is OB, is common here. And the vertex is O, and it is also common here. It is called an adjacent angle. So what is an adjacent angle? Which has one ray or one arm, you can say, one ray or one arm, and along with that one vertex is common. It's called an adjacent angle. So let's go and let's find out some examples here. You just see the angles which have two things common. What? One is vertex, another is the arm. Two things are supposed to be common, so they are called the adjacent angles. So let's see in this angle 1 and angle 2. We'll go for question number 1. Angle 1 and angle 2. What do we find? The vertex is common over here. They have the common vertex. Means they have the common vertex, means the meeting point is the same. And along with that, they have the common arm. Right? For both the angles, we have one common arm. And what exactly the common arm is? It's this. So when we have one vertex and one arm common, it is known as adjacent angle. The same applies here. This is the vertex which is common, that this is the arm, it is common. So when two things, both the things are common, it is called an adjacent angle. In both the cases we got to know. But let's see for the third one. Is it having this common line? Yes. Common arm it has, right. But is it having the common vertex? Its vertex is here and its vertex is here. Can you say that it is having the common vertex? No. It's not having the common vertex. So when it is not having the common vertex, we just call it as not the adjacent angles. Remember, adjacent angles is having one common vertex and one common arm. It should have one arm and one vertex in common. Then only we can call it as adjacent angle. So now first you people let me know, do you have any problem till here? If you have any problem till here, then we'll sort it out first. If no problem, then we'll go ahead for one more point. One more topic is left for now, so we can go for it. So the query is, please let me know, do you have any doubt in this topic like supplementary angle, complementary angle and the adjacent angle? Do you have any doubt in this one? I'm just waiting. Okay, fine. That's great. What about rest of them? They are not responding now. What about them? Okay, let's go for this. So we have to find, the question comes here. Can two adjacent angles be supplementary? The question comes, can two adjacent angles be supplementary? What does it mean by? Let's see. Actually, let's see. We find two adjacent angles be supplementary. What does it mean by supplementary angle? Means 180 degree, right? If I take 180 degree angle and we make a common angle over here, means common arm over here. So what we find? We find here that both the angles when added together, it forms a supplementary angle, right? And what is common here? The common arm and the common vertex. So undoubtedly, yes, two adjacent angles can be supplementary, right? Two adjacent angles can be supplementary. How? Let me repeat it. Let me repeat it. What I did, I have taken two supplementary angles, two adjacent angles. Undoubtedly, why are they adjacent angles? Because they have the common vertex and they have the common arm. So they are called the adjacent angle. Now the matter comes, can ever they be supplementary as well? Yes, because here you can say when we add up both the angles, angle 1 and angle 2, it is undoubtedly 180 degree. It is undoubtedly 180 degree and it forms the supplementary one, right? So they are the supplementary angles here. Now coming to the next one, can two adjacent angle be complementary? Yes, undoubtedly. We'll make a complementary angle, means total 190 degree angle, and we'll make one common arm here. So what do we find? Angle 1 and angle 2, both the angles, angle 1 and angle 2, when they are added together, it forms 90 degree. So yes, we can easily say that two adjacent angles can easily form and can easily be complementary angles, right? Two angles you take and they are adjacent to each other and they are forming the angle of 90 degree. So we can call it as adjacent to each other and they are complementary as well. Now, can two obtuse angle be adjacent? Two obtuse angle. Obtuse angle means more than 90 degree. One angle more than 90 degree, another, where will you make? Where will you make two obtuse angle? One is more than 90 degree, another, how will you form the another one? You are not able to form. So when we go for two adjacent angles or means two obtuse angle, they cannot form, because whenever we talk about the angle, the total sum is supposed to be 180 only. But if two angles are already obtuse, means more than 90, it will be more than 80 also. Two angles when they are more than 90 degree and 90 degree, they're always 180 degree and more than that. So it can never be formed. Coming to the next one. Can any acute angle be adjacent to an obtuse angle? Acute and obtuse. Let's see. In this case, what we need to do? I have taken one obtuse angle. This is an obtuse angle, but this is also an acute angle. So you just see. One is more than 90 degree, another is less than 90 degree. One is more than 90 degree, this one is more than 90 degree. So it is an obtuse angle. Another is less than 90 degree, so it is an acute angle. And you can see here, it is having the common arm, it is having the common vertex. So undoubtedly, yes, it can form, it can be adjacent to each other, because one acute angle which is less than 90 degree and obtuse angle which is more than 90 degree can easily form 180 degree, right? So we are done till here, and now we are coming to the next part. What is exactly linear pair? We are coming to the next part. Linear pair. Remember, linear is actually starting from the word line. Okay, remember, linear pair is just opposite to the adjacent one, because adjacent, what was common? It was having one vertex and one arm was common here. But what linear says? Linear pair says that it's a pair of adjacent angles. It's a pair of adjacent angles whose non-common sides are opposite rays. Opposite rays. Opposite rays means one ray go this side, another ray go this side. One ray go this side, another ray go this side. Means what exactly it is? It is just like straight line. The line, the arm, which is uncommon, is opposite to each other. Remember, what happens in linear pair? Line which is uncommon, the pair which is uncommon, because when we talked about adjacent angle, we talked about the common line, right? We talked about the common arm. Here we are telling the thing which is uncommon. These are the two lines which are uncommon. So you have to check whether they are in two different directions or not, two opposite directions or not. Here we can say yes, it's opposite directly this one. So yes, it can be. But you just see here in this one. This is an adjacent angle. Why? Because one ray is common, one arm is common here, the vertex is common. So this is an adjacent angle, right? But to make it linear, we have to make sure that the opposite, like the non-common sides, which are the non-common sides? 1 and 2. These are the two non-common sides. Now you have to check the lines which are non-common, which are not common to each other. Are they opposite to each other? One is going east, another is going west. Yes, it is going east and west. Undoubtedly, yes. Now, coming to the next example, you go for this one. Linear pair. They are linear pair or not. First, we have to check that it is an adjacent line, right? So we find common and common, right? Arm is common, vertex is common. Arm and vertex, both of them are common here. Now, we have to check exactly the non-common lines. Remember, the non-common sides, the non-common arms. This is the common arm, right? Which is a non-common arm? We have the non-common arms, this and this. Now we have to check, are they going to the opposite side? If this is the line, if I take this line, its opposite will be this side. If I take this line, its opposite will be this side. So now you people have to decide whether they are opposite to each other. No, undoubtedly no, they are not at all opposite to each other. That's why it's not a linear pair. Remember that linear pair, non-common lines are supposed to be completely opposite to each other. Non-common lines are supposed to be completely opposite to each other. That's why they are known as linear pair. Here, in this case, what was common, which I don't know whether you identified or not. So whenever we have the opposite lines here, it will undoubtedly forms 180 degree, because here you just see, if we have like this, it is a 180 degree, means undoubtedly it will be a supplementary angle. Means the angle of the sum total of two angles will undoubtedly be, means the linear pair means the two angles which are adjacent to each other, which are adjacent angles, and their sum total will be 180 degree, then undoubtedly it will be a linear pair. Along with that, it will be supplementary. Remember, linear pair is always supplementary. Now which will be the another linear pair? I just take this one. Uncommon, opposite to each other. Uncommon, opposite to each other, and forming 180 degree. Right? Uncommon, opposite to each other. You just take it. Uncommon and opposite to each other. Uncommon, this is uncommon, but they are opposite to each other. What we find, and in all the cases what we find, it is forming an angle of 180 degree only. So remember one thing, the lines, the angles in the linear pair are actually supplementary. Why supplementary? Because when we add them up, we find they are actually 180 degree, right? They're actually 180 degree. That's why we call it as linear pair. Now, this is the some of the examples of it, and I think better we'll talk about it next time, or if you wish, we'll go ahead with it. So what do you want? Should I go ahead with it? Now it's telling two acute angles form a linear pair. Let's see. Two acute angles. One angle is this, another angle is this. This is acute, this is acute. Can it form? So just see two acute angles. We'll take two acute angles. Do you think it is forming a linear pair? No, because this is common, but when we talk about the uncommon lines, they are not opposite to each other. And when they are not opposite to each other, it can never be the linear pair. Right. Next one. Can two obtuse angles form a linear pair? Let's see. If I take one obtuse angle, another obtuse angle I'm not able to find. How come I? How come I'm not able to? So when I make two obtuse angle more than 90 degree, it can never be a linear, because it can never make 180 degree. Now coming to third number. Can two right angles form a linear pair? Two right angles form a linear pair? Yes. Two right angle. One right angle here, another right angle here, and it undoubtedly forms a linear. Why? The opposite lines are, the opposite arms are, or you can say it opposite sides are what? The opposite sides are actually 100 degree. Sorry, 180 degree, right? They are opposite. They're opposite to each other, and they are uncommon. Uncommon lines are each other. So we can say yes, 90 degree angles can form a linear angle. Okay, linear pair. So this is all done. Coming to question number this, exercise 5.1. What is this special in exercise 5.1? Oh my god. 5 pairs of adjacent angle you have to form. 5 pairs of adjacent angle. What does it mean adjacent angle? You just form. Adjacent angle means what? Sum total. Doesn't matter. It should have common vertex. It should have common arm. So let's go for common vertex, common arm. How many angles you want to form? This is another one. Third is this. Two adjacent angles means common point and common arm, means common vertex, common arm. You can form any one, any 5. Right. 3 linear pairs. Let's go for one linear pair, another linear pair, another linear pair. You can form any one, right? Now two pairs of vertically opposite. Two pairs of vertically opposite. So when we go for two pairs of vertically opposite, undoubtedly one pair is over here, another pair is over here. They are vertically opposite. Okay, they are vertically opposite here. So let's go for it. Now we'll go for exercise 5.1. So you have to check. Now we are coming to exercise 5.1. Find the complement of each of the following angle. When we talk about complement means what? 90 degrees. Sum total is supposed to be 90 degrees. So you just take that formula that x plus 20 is equal to 90 and find out the value of next one. On the basis of that, you just write down the answer. Correct, 70 degree. Perfect. What should be the answer of number B? 1 is 63, and what is the complement of it? 1 is 63, and what is the complement of it? So what it will be? 90 minus 63. Actually, as I'm writing on the screen, so sometimes 90 minus 63. Correct? It's 27. Perfect. Let's go for the third one. Third is 57. So again, it will be 90 minus 57, and what the answer will be? 33. Perfect. Perfect. Very good. So now we are coming to the question number 2. Find the supplement of, means the total sum is supposed to be 180. So x plus 105 is equal to 180 degree. So this is the formula you need to follow and find out the supplement. Oh wow, that's perfect. Perfect. Very good. So rest of you are also requested to answer here. Okay, fine. Coming to the next. Question number 3. Identify which of the following pairs of angles are complementary and which are supplementary. So it doesn't matter. Add them up. If it is 90, it is complementary, and if it is 180, it is supplementary. That's it. Right? So easy for you. Right. Very good. Very good. Good. So I think question number 3, there is no issue. Number 4, find the angle which is equal to its complementary. Find the angle which is equal to its complement. Just think. Equal to its complement means both of them are equal. Equal to its complement. Okay. Question number 4 is find the angle which is equal to its complement. Whenever we talk about complement, it is 90 degree. So now the question comes, which two angles to be added to make it 90 degree, and the angle are supposed to be of same. So I want 90 degree, I want 90 degree, and I want both the angles to be equal. So what I'll do, I'll divide it by 2. What the answer will be? Exactly 45. Right. Yes. X plus x is equal to 90, or directly you can divide it. Right. Perfect. Either you can take it x plus x means x plus x is equal to 2x. 90 degrees. So it will be 2x is equal to 90 means x is equal to 90 by 2. So it forms. So it will be 45 plus 45. Right. Coming to the next, number 5. Find the angle which is equal to its supplement. Supplement means 180 degree, right? Supplement means 180 degree. Now, it should be equal again. So let's go 180 divided by 2. 180 divided by 2 makes it 90 degree. Right. Very good. So now coming to the next one, number 6. A figure is given. Very good. Very good. In question number C, in the given figure, 1 and 2 are supplementary angles. Figure number 1 and 2, they are the supplementary angles. How can we say? Undoubtedly yes, because the sum total is 180 degree. Right? It's already given. Now the question says, if angle 1 is decreased, what changes should take place in angle 2 so that both the angles still remain supplementary? The question is given. Please listen to this question carefully. Angle is decreased. Angle 1. If I want to, yes, undoubtedly they will remain supplementary. But how is it possible? How is it possible? It's asking that if angle 1 is decreased, what changes should take place in angle 2? Undoubtedly, if angle 1 is decreasing, angle 2 will increase. Right? Angle 1 is decreasing, so angle 2 will increase to make it 180 degree. So what we find here, you just see, x plus y is equal to 180 degree. If I take x, general concept, if I take x which is means angle 1, I don't take angle x and y. Angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Because it's coming in the question, in the paper, in the exam, that you have to prove it as well. How will you prove it? The matter comes, how will you prove it? So as it is supplementary, so we can easily say angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Right. Now the condition comes. You also know angle 1 is an obtuse angle. Right. So let's take it as an obtuse angle. Let's take it 135. And undoubtedly it will be 45 degree. Then only it will form 180 degree. But now the condition says, if I want to decrease angle 1, so I make it at 125. Let's go for it. Anything we can take it. So we have decreased. How will I make it 180 only? How will I make it 180? When this added decreased 10, so I'll add 10 over here. How much is decreased here? That much should be added here, should be increased here. Then only the answer will remain the same, 180 degree. So the condition applies. If one is decreasing, another one will definitely increase to make it balance, right? To make it 180 degree. So dear students, we have many more questions. Let's see. I think question number 7 I should not go for, because you already know. Can two angles be supplementary if both of them are acute? If two angles are acute, can they make a supplementary? Can they make supplementary? No. Then obtuse, can they make supplementary? No. To right angle, yes. Undoubtedly, right angle will make a supplementary. 90 plus 90 will make 180, right? Coming to question number 8. An angle is greater than 45. Angle is greater than 45. Is it complementary angle greater than 45 or equal to 45 or less than 45? Think. One angle is greater than 45. We want to make it 90 degree. We want to make it complementary. One angle is greater than 45. What will happen to the next angle? It will be smaller than, equal to, or less than. Total sum is supposed to be 90 degree only. One is already more than 90 degree. Okay, one is already more than 90 degree. So one angle, the total sum is supposed to be 90 degree. One is the angle, an angle is greater than 50. So let it be 50. Greater than 45. So let it be 50. So what should be the another angle? It should be less than, it should be more than, it should be equal to. So we'll just subtract. We can take anything. So here we find it is 40 degree. We found it is 40 degree. So what is 40 degree? It is equal to 45? No. Is it greater than 45? No. Is it smaller than 45? Yes. Because we know 45 plus 45 makes it complementary. 45 plus 45 makes it complementary. But if one is more than 45, another will undoubtedly go down just to make it 90 degree. Okay, just to make it 90 degree, it will go down, it will decrease. So it will definitely be less than 45. One is more than 45, another will be less than 45, and then it will form a complementary angle. Right? So coming to question number 9 and 10, do it yourself. Why don't you? Just try it yourself. Because till now these many questions I have told. So now it's your turn, dear children, to complete it as your homework. So the first homework is your exercise 5.1 and go ahead with it. Right? You people complete this work yourself and just try to complete it yourself. Any doubt, ask me. Any doubt, ask me. In next session also we can discuss on this matter and we'll clear all your doubts. Okay. So let's see. It's only asking for yes or no. Question number 9. So we have to check it. Remember, when it is, I'm just giving you a hint. When it is talking about vertically, so remember it will form 180 degree. When we are talking that adjacent means vertex and one are same. When we are talking linear pair means undoubtedly 180 degree. When we talk about supplementary, undoubtedly 180 degree, right? So you need to focus on these things. Linear pairs means non-common should be opposite, and opposite means undoubtedly 90 degree. Remember, non-common, always linear pair means always 180 degree, and they're opposite to each other. So I hope there will be no issue because I have tried to explain everything in detail. So let's go ahead and let's join the next class. Okay, let's join the next class now.